All right, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
No,
I'm
we're good. We're
focused.
good. All
Locked
right.
in.
Welcome to chapter 10 of Tomb of the Aeon. Am I recording right now? Yes.
Nice.
All right. Remember that time we had a break
Well,
and then we came
yeah.
back and then I was just like messing up everything. I wasn't recording. I was flubbing on the intro. Dang. Like I hadn't
Nah,
been doing this for like a couple years.
I don't remember it
Yeah, I
actually.
don't remember it.
Don't
That
you
never
worry.
You're
happened.
so right because it's not on the video. All right.
Now this isn't either.
Yeah, exactly. Welcome back to chapter 10. I'm not going to say welcome back because we were never gone. Welcome to chapter 10 of Tomb of the Aeon. On their fourth life, the rescue expedition awoke in the Tomb of the Aeon once more, wearing fresh scars following their defeat at the blades of the Warden. They pressed through the tomb, which had been defaced, calling it a prison, and finally met the source of the journal entries and sketches that they've been finding. Dr. Celine Isadora, who, under the effect of the tomb, had de-aged into a young girl. Dr. Isadora, who introduced herself as Cece, told the party about the Tomb of the Aeon, this time through the lens of a children's story. The story of a mother and her daughter. The mother that raised her daughter, the daughter that grew up and saw wrong in how her mother ruled, their argument, and the subsequent fallout. The rescue expedition cautiously took Cece along with their party, as their path eventually led them to a shifting door beyond a gorge whose ends were separated by dozens of feet and a scattering of pillars. As Xssithiss, Lyra, and Cece flew over on X's vultures, they were struck by the pillars which rose to meet them. However, ultimately managed to make it on the other side with minor injuries. Kalji, trusting his feet more, hopped on the pillars instead, which shot him up 50 feet in the air to a platform that would reveal yet another shifting door. Kalji thought for a moment, set the door, and passed through. Mere moments later, Xssithiss, Lyra, and Cece raced after him and found the door already set for the Shrine of Epochra, and entered, not knowing what or who they will find inside. So, Lyra and Xssithiss, you are along with Cece. Lyra, I believe you have a zombie with you.
Yeah, trailing a bit behind us.
As you had approached this podium, sometime between like deducing the information that Kalji was no longer in this room and climbing up to the podium, you had lost a connection between you and your skeleton.
Okay.
Pretty quickly. And you all arrive on this upper landing before a shifting door already set in place. And yeah, it stands before you.
And we flew up on the pillars, right? Like we stood on the pillar and it launched us up.
No, rather you had taken
The birds.
Xssithiss's vultures and flown up directly to this landing, avoiding the pillars on the gorge that had risen up to attack you as you flew over it. So avoiding that the possibility of attack, you rather flew up directly above and landed on that platform.
I look around, make sure I still have all my belongings, sort of checking myself. Is the zombie still with us, but the skeleton I lost a connection to?
Correct.
Cool. Do I see just like a pile of bones in the corner, like unanimated, or?
No, it's not there. You just your arcane connection to it is just simply snapped.
Got it. Okay. Yeah, I just sort of dust myself off and unload myself off the birds, making sure I still have everything, and glad this still be in one piece.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, where am I? Did I go through the door already? I was there for
you. We're just right before that. Yeah, we're standing before it.
Okay. And I go, I think Kalji went through here. Should we just step inside?
Yeah, it looks like fate's already been set, so might as well.
No.
You push through the large double doors, and inside the shrine is dark. Just past the coverage of the shrine, It's raining outside, and you haven't seen it this dark or any other weather besides peaceful or tranquil. And to see it raining is a little unsettling. At the very end, just sitting before the Shrine of Epochra is a figure seated, but not facing you.
What shape is the figure? Is it like, are we familiar with it? Or is it like
At over 100 feet, and you've, with your experience in dealing with the warden and his appearance from the other side of this room, you can sense that this is not that. This figure appears humanoid, familiar.
Is Celine with us?
Cece, yes. Yeah. Celine.
Cece.
Yeah,
Okay.
she is. She's tepidly hiding behind you, Lyra.
All right. So I step forward a bit, with a hand on my sword, and I say, Kalji, is that you?
and I hide. I'm gonna like try to be like stealthy about it because I don't know who it is. So I'm assuming the pillars are nearby, so I'll just be behind a pillar.
Damn. By the way, I said that in my head. No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding. Yeah, so I'm standing there, hand on my sword, hoping it's Kalji.
Kalji, you hear a voice and a small chatter of voices that you haven't heard in a long time.
You see the figure that's sitting in front of the statue. It looks like it jolts a little bit, and then he slowly stands up and then turns around and tries to peer across the door.
Kalji, quit messing around.
You see him tilt his head a little bit, and he doesn't really say anything super coherent to anybody, but it looks like he's mumbling something.
I don't like that shit.
Yeah, I'm definitely glad I'm behind the pillar. I'm gonna see if I can get closer without the strange figure noticing, so I can get a better look. But I'm just gonna like keep popping from pillar to pillar.
Yeah, roll for me.
So they're close to the
Roll for
ground.
me stealth versus Kalji's passive perception.
Okay. Stealth. Where is it? Aha. It was very low. It was 4.
Okay, so Kalji, I mean, being used to being alone, you can sense the presence, and like being just your perceptive self in general, you know that the number of figures that are in this room with you.
You see him sort of scan the room, and then he's slowly walking forward towards the door. Still hasn't said anything, and sounds like he's talking to himself, but yeah, he starts walking forward.
I forget what it's called, but I know I have it in my inventory. I pull out the little glass bulb from my my pack, and it's glowing with light a little bit, and I toss it out, and it has 2 versions of the light, like a really intense one and a less intense one that doesn't take much energy. So I do the less intense version. And as I cast out this floating light in between me and the figure, what do I see?
Kalji, describe what you look like.
It looks like he's aged a little bit more than you remember him. A lot more scars. He actually now has a green eye on his right side, and a part of his ear is sliced. But you see a lot of scars just covering his body. Seems a little bit tired. But he doesn't look, he looks concerned, and it sort of looks like he's not sure if you guys are real.
I let's see.
Well, certain now that it's Kalji, I'm gonna approach and be like, what happened to you?
And Kalji like touches your shoulder and goes,
Ugh, I don't like that either. Don't touch me.
and he goes, this doesn't seem like a memory. This doesn't
Am I
happen
more
before, did
handsome
it?
than you remember? I'm gonna switch to the other Xssithiss because you touched my shoulder and that made me
He didn't like
uncomfortable. Duh.
Oh, so and you just he goes, sorry, I just, and then do I finally notice like the little girl?
Yeah.
And then he just goes, this is not a memory, definitely not a memory. You guys are here. You're I already finally found you.
Kalji, you just left
You
us.
found
Where'd you
me?
go?
Yeah,
I just
after all that time you spent being like, hold on to this rope while you leave the door. You just left us. What happened?
I just left you now.
Yeah.
I just
Yeah.
I just left you now.
Yeah.
And then he sort of looks at his bag of tricks and he goes, I've been looking for you guys for weeks now.
Weeks.
But you know, that's fine. Like it's fine because you guys are fine. Everyone's fine. Everybody's fine.
Kalji,
What's
are you
your
okay?
eye?
Do you take a minute?
Yeah. No, actually I have no attack. Well, yeah, what's up with your eye?
Uh, um, I sort of lost it.
I don't know.
One time. So, but I have three eyes, and I sort of showed the other two eyes. You know,
Oh
the
yeah.
three
Yeah, I
eyes we
remember.
found. Like it's been a couple weeks, so I just been playing around with the color. What you see, like this green one, like doesn't it look cool?
Yeah, it looks sweet. Huge fan. Huge fan. Does
Have
it do
you-
anything?
It helps me see.
As an eye does. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Have you-
But Kalji, you just left us minutes ago. Were you in this room this whole time, or where'd you go?
Um, and you just see Kalji thinking, and he goes, well, the first time I was here, or when I left, I think when I left you, the outside was really weird. Like it's like like it was really going crazy. Um, but I came back here thinking that you guys would be here every time, and I saw him every time. Yeah.
Mm.
But
The warden?
yeah, it's fine. It's fine because we're back. I'm back here with you, and it's all fine.
Lyra, bro, I'm so fucking uncomfortable.
Yeah, I don't know how to socially navigate this situation.
Like Lyra's like you can see sort of trying to think like what the fuck? Like do
And I
I
go,
play like
well, that's
clear
cool.
Yeah. Kaji goes, because you're real. This is not a memory. It's not a memory. And you see him holding like this shard in his hand. It's like it's not a memory. You found them.
I'm
Found
gonna
them.
do it. I'm just gonna slap you across the face and be like, get yourself together. But in a
What?
not intent to hurt, but like we're here. It's gonna be fine. We are fine.
All right, you know when like a toddler falls and eats shit really bad and you're like "Ugh," like you run to stop it happening but you're too late, so then you have to play it cool. That's what I do.
I think you need it, maybe.
And I'm sort of waiting for the reaction like
Do we get in a fight? Yeah.
I don't know if you're good, dude. You look This is and, like, I'm just thinking to myself, like, you look fucked up. Like, and you're acting weird. Like, I don't know, bro. Like, is this really even you? Is this another version of you?
You hear a small voice beside you, Lyra, and Cece speaks up and she goes, What happened to me happened to her? Or him, rather.
This happened to you too? Oh, I guess, yeah. I mean, you've been here for a long time too. But you got younger. Not that you look a day older than when we last saw you, Kalji. Haha.
And not hurt. You didn't get hurt. You were protected. Why wasn't Kalji protected?
I don't think I was hurt the way he was.
Well, I guess now that we're all together, did you find anything, Kalji? Do you guys have similar experiences maybe? Maybe you
You
guys like compare.
do you guys want to stop and have a little fire and eat some food and catch up? Like, do you wanna rest for a minute? Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm like, great idea. Create bonfire. Create food and water.
Mhm.
It's done.
So yeah, right in the center of the shrine, before the statue of Epochra, like kind of like looming overhead. It's a little bit more ominous at this time of day with this weather and the darkness outside. A bonfire is created. A selection of food is surrounding you all. What does the food look like this time around?
Yeah, no, it's still very practical food.
Okay.
I was not feeling
It's
a certain type of
it's
way.
like 100 bottles of Soylent.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
I maybe make one jug of milk for the baby because
Mm.
even though she's not a baby, because
Mm.
that's what kids
Mm.
drink, right?
Right. This is Xssithiss's perception of children, human children.
Yeah, the gr-
Baby needs milk.
Yeah. Yeah.
Kalji hasn't said anything since he got slapped in the face, but you see him like he's eating, but you see that he's like it looks like he's constantly looking around for something. But he's just like really quiet. He's just really quiet. But he's like you see him like eating a little bit more quicker than he usually
Oh my god,
does.
what the
Oh,
fuck? This
Did you
is so
find your goat or your other the other animal?
Mr. G.
Mr. G and Mr. something. No, there was another animal.
Mr. Who?
You didn't have another animal? I
Was
thought
it-
you pulled
was
another
an
one
Oh,
out.
it was Mr. Who. It was Mr. Who, yeah.
Oh, Mr. Oh.
Mr. Who?
Mr. Who?
God damn it. God
Got
damn
him.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you see him like he had a little tick and he goes, I've 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 had a lot of animals. That's sort of how I kept track of
Okay.
time.
In weeks, you got frogs or bugs?
Well, like my bag of tricks, it's supposed to give me more animals every like day. So that's how I started keeping track of days. Yeah.
What have you been
Oh,
eating
the animals.
every day?
I say jokingly.
Sometimes
laugh.
I'll end up back at the fountain. But I ran out of rations a long time ago. I've been portioning it out. I did see I think I saw Ashwood again. Did I?
How's
I
Ashwood
saw
doing?
my brother, but it wasn't really my brother. Was it a memory? It I I don't know how to explain it, but I can see why I can see why Duran got insane because this place makes you see memories, and I was between memories and reality, and you get really confused here by yourself.
Were any of them good memories?
Yeah, I was able to see my brother again, and that's all I could ask for.
How did he look?
He looked much younger. It was like a memory of mine when I was a lot younger person. But it felt so real. Like I felt like I was there. Like I could touch him, I could live that memory again. It was like I was there. But it was like in between like memories and having to fight the warden, and it just gets so confusing sometimes.
Did you ever beat the warden?
No.
But you kept trying.
Because I had to find you. I had to find you guys again. It was I don't know. I don't know what got into me. Like I saw the door. I don't I didn't know why I waited, why I didn't wait, why I didn't say anything. I just touched the door, and it was a mistake. It was a mistake.
But what matters is we're back together now, right?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, we're back together. It like it never happened. Yeah.
Scooch on over and put a, sort of arm around Kalji and say, it's all right. We're all here together and, we're going to figure this out. We're going to get out.
Yeah. Yeah.
For survival, I know that it's better if everyone has good morale. So I join in this affection with a tap of my tail. I tap you on the shoulder with the end of my tail. So that's the furthest possible physical touch I could offer you.
Yeah, he was like, oh, okay. He like Kalji, you see him like he's sort of like when you guys got near him, he was sort of like he was sort of like a little bit hostile, but then like afterwards he's like, oh no, it's fine. This is real. They're my friends. I should be fine. And he just like calms down a little bit, but you still see that his eyes are like jutting back and forth, like he thinks he's gonna see somebody here.
What did you think about when you were thinking of, getting back together? Did you just want to be able to hang out again or just not be by yourself or?
You know, at first it was just like I had to find you guys. After like a week or so, I started trying to find different ways to fight him, hoping I can find something new. But every time the warden came, it always felt like he fought differently. In this room, we definitely shouldn't be in this room.
All right. Well, I'm finishing up my food and I sort of stand up and, dust off my hands and my pants and say, well, are you guys ready to get moving?
Are we? Yeah. I mean, I'm ready if. And actually, I just look back and I'm like, I don't know. And then I'm like, yeah, I'm ready.
All right. By the way, my zombie has just been like chilling, like, 10 yards from us, keeping his distance, just standing around,
Right. Beyond the fire in the back.
Yeah, exactly. Menacingly. Yeah. So with that, I stand up and dust myself off and say, do we need to put out this fire or what? How does that work?
So that's a good question. I think that it's concentration. So I've been concentrating for a minute.
Oh.
So I'll just let it go now.
As you all are kind of, getting ready to get up, Cece kind of like wordlessly walks over to you, Kalji, still probably sitting, kind of just gives you a hug on the side.
He goes, thank you. And then he looks at her. It's like, isn't this supposed to be your favorite room? It looks a little bit gloomy today.
It does. But the statue always gives me good memories. It just reminds me of my mom. Like the way you think of your brother.
Did we already ask her what her mom was like?
I think
Uh,
so.
You had asked her like a description if they looked alike, if she had like 6 arms.
Oh yeah, I remember.
But you recall that she had described her with like a really kind smile, and she loved telling stories.
Mm. Okay. I say yeah.
You can take the equivalent of a short rest and roll as many hit dice as available to you if you'd like. Restore whatever is restored after a short rest. And
Fantastic.
yeah, after that hour or so, kind of just like catching up, the rain lets on, still in the distance, hitting the rolling meadows. The coverage of the shrine that you're in, and yeah.
Okay. And then I say, well, now that we're all together again, even though it felt like we were together the whole time for some of us, are we ready to push open the next door, this time together?
Yeah.
Are
You know,
you?
I look and I say, well, there, no time like the present.
Are you ready? Cece?
Yeah.
Okay. And then I side eye, looking at Kalji. Is Kalji doing anything? Is he looking hopeful?
You just see Kalji uh like behind you guys, and he just keeps on looking back. He just keeps on looking back out into the room, but he didn't say anything. He's just like, oh. Mm.
Okay. After you. I talked to Lyra.
Yeah, okay. I'm walking up to the door and saying, well, I guess, you probably don't want to take this one. As I walk to the door, do I see the door, swirling or changing at all?
No, it's static.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, also, before we leave, I look to the statue to see if it looks any different. And Kalji, have you noticed anything change about the statues?
Roll for me.
I don't know.
Yeah, roll for me. I'm gonna say wisdom.
No, that wasn't funny. Okay. Oh, 18, dude. Look at these dice. Doing me well.
Hey, hot dice. Let's go.
Let's see. About the statue itself, no. But in your time apart, the environment around the shrine has been pretty varying at times. You recall, well, I don't know, considering how your memory has been affected, but there was once a time where you had seen, you had peered out from under the coverage of the shrine and observed um, a starscape, a binary system.
What? There's stars in here?
Yeah, Kalji looks back and goes, nothing in this temple changes really. But the meadow sky, it's very chaotic. There's one time I saw some weird like light, look like some light mystical power thing swirling, and then I ran.
This is the only room that changes. I wonder if the way out is something in here. Time passes only in the meadow, maybe? Because
Uh,
remember the professor got old too.
oh, dang. Dang.
But another room you get younger. Oh, the Fountain of Youth, maybe? No, it must be the one where we found Cece.
Cece, did you drink a lot out of the fountain?
Sometimes.
A lot of the times?
Well, when I it's weird. When I got hungry, I drank from it and I didn't feel as hungry.
Kalji, did you do that too?
Well, yeah, when I ran out of food, all I had left was the fountain water, so that's all I have.
Well, anyway, it's just an idea, but something about I think now that we've been in a lot of the rooms, maybe the answer out is a correlation between the rooms. Maybe we have to exit it in a certain sequence. I'm just trying to think about what these rooms, how these rooms could connect to one another. But
All right. And looking at the statue, do I see anything different about this? Is the hole still there? Does anything look off about the statue? Or
Yeah. Even without a roll, it's as you've seen it. Yeah, the 6 arms in their specific gestures. The upper two, one carrying a crescent moon, one carrying a sun. The middle 2 sets of hands appearing to be holding a thread, and the other one pointing a finger. And then the remaining 2 in the cradle position.
ooh, did I haven't looted it yet. I run back over there. Is the treasure chest full of anything? Like secrets that I don't know.
This time around, the offerings appear to have been ransacked. Emptied, not ransacked.
Perhaps by a previous version of myself, I say in my head.
yeah, almost wistfully.
Yeah.
Like lucky them.
Yeah, I wish that was me. Maybe it was. Yeah, and then I run back to the door.
And one more time, looking at the hands, one's pointing, making a zot. One, 2 are holding a string. And then
And so 2 hands upright, one holding a moon, one holding a sun. One kind of like this, not Zot's like this, right? One's holding like
Yeah.
this, and then the other one like a point, like a pointed finger. And then the other 2, the lowest 2 in a cradle position, and her gaze is upon what you would imagine would be something carried in that that empty cradle.
okay.
So
Yeah.
what we know is a mother.
And at the center, again, the center of her torso is a jagged, kind of like almost vandalized, like section of her center, where her heart would be, just like kind of like jaggedly ripped part.
The science in me is thinking that this could be a metaphor for she needs, when you have so much order, you can't have too many emotions. And thus she released her emotions and became order.
Or maybe if all your hands are busy, you get your stuff stolen.
That could also be it. That's exactly what happened here. And I look down at the like chests.
Yeah, so good.
It's been so long since I've heard that story about but didn't the girl talk about like a story of like Epochra's like the mother and then Entrosa was like the baby, but then she also talked about how the warden doesn't hurt her, like is always constantly watching over her. Do you think maybe like the girl might be like reincarnated child or reincarnated Entrosa?
Should I summon the vultures and have them carry her up into that
Yes.
statue's arms?
Yes.
Okay.
Maybe it'll work.
Okay, it will tire me out, but I will do it.
While like Xssithiss is doing that, I just talked to Cece and go, have you ever been on her hands, like her bottom hands? Have you ever climbed up there before?
No, it's too high.
Okay, I have both of them now, and I'm like, Vol, go take her to the um, go take her to the hands, and then through the hole, also while you're at it. And so he does. I'm assuming he does.
So, I mean, nervously, she looks at all of you, and then looks at this large vulture. She looks up at you one more time, Xssithiss, and goes, "Are you sure it's okay?"
Ah.
Don't be a baby.
Oh
And
my
then,
God.
then I say,
Yeah.
but I say that, but then I like get on with her, and I'm like,
Oh, okay.
you know,
And I stand below, kind of poised to catch her.
Okay. Seeing Lyra close by, she seems a little bit more confident, and tepidly she like needs assistance climbing on top. And then Xssithiss, you help her, and you both fly up.
yeah, we
Okay.
fly up, and then I'm
Mhm.
like, okay, and I'm like, step down now when we get to the big hand. I'll be right here.
Okay. She goes, okay, and like she like scoots her body over, and then like has both of her arms across like the other side, and then like really cautiously steps one foot down into the forearms of Epochra before like nervously like climbing and standing on it.
Anything happen? You feel extra safe there? Like you fit in it?
She looks up at Epochra's like large face, which is like looking right down at her, and no, she starts to tear up.
No, wait, no.
Can they hear her from? Can they see her crying from down there? Are they just
No,
assuming that
no. They just
Ah.
from the floor. It looks like she's just looking up at Epochra, but you see that she's tearing up.
Okay, I don't know how to handle the tears. I look up at what's so sad. Is anything that she's looking at me worth being sad about?
No.
She kind of turns around, looks at you. She's got like tears coming down her eyes, and she goes, "She looks like my mommy."
Oh, I'm scared. I this is the feeling, not what I say out loud.
And she kind of like puts her arms out, her small arms, and just like kind of like rests her
Okay.
head on the side of Epokra's chest.
I am like, do you maybe want to try going in that hole? I could put you up where you could sit. It might be fun.
It's okay. So the whole, you'd really have to squeeze her in.
Oh, it's a small hole?
It's smaller than like her. She can't stand in the size of the hole that this is in. I would
Is it
say
like
the hole is like this size. It's like visible enough from the ground that there's a hole there. But like a little girl can climb in it.
Okay. So it's not like the old Disneyland letters where you could like sit inside one of the letters.
Good
Okay.
reference.
What version of Disneyland did you go to where they let you sit inside? Oh, okay.
You know.
California.
I was thinking,
You know.
yeah. I was thinking like the fucking flowers or something. Like you were just up there, like yeah,
With the Mickey.
yeah.
They totally let you
let
until they kick you
okay.
out.
Yeah.
You're so right. I go, why don't you see if that reminds you of anything? And I just point to the hole. Wait, so when the hand is here, the hole is like right above it, right? So
So it's kind of like in front of her.
okay.
Yeah.
I'm like, so I like.
She can she can sit down and kind of like sit her butt in, and then her head and her head sticking out, her legs are kind of like dangling, but yeah, and like kind of like at your direction she does that, and just just looks back at you. Is anything happening?
Do you feel anything happening? Do you feel a little less sad now that you're in a more silly position? Then it worked. And then I say, I'm like, okay, well, if this your mommy, just
What? I'm
clarify
sorry.
one more
What?
time. So this woman looks like your mommy, but your mommy did not have 6 arms.
No, I know she's not my mom. She just her face reminded me of her.
Oh, I see. I look at the statue one more time. Do I feel like she looks like my mom? My mom looked like a snake. I don't think so, but feeling that kind of warmth or cold-bloodedness.
Definitely
Oh my
not.
God.
No.
My mom was a snake.
Yeah, I think you definitely have some sort of special connection, but we can explore that further hypothesis downstairs if you'd feel more comfortable. Unless you want to stay up here while I grab the others.
No, I want to go down now.
Okay. And I pick her up like with my arms fully extended and I put her down onto the vulture and then we fly down. I'm like, good job. Tip of the tail, head tap.
She kind of like just nods and like keeps her gaze downward. She's like kind of doing like one of these. As you guys like descend back to Kalji and Lyra and the zombie.
Keeping their distance, you know.
Good, Zombie's been keeping a respectful distance.
When they're just down there, Kalji's like looks at the zombies and he looks at Lyra. He's like, "Oh, I lost your skeleton immediately. I guess they're nicked immediately.
No.
So sorry."
Hey, any time in which they provided you company was, time well spent.
Like Kalji just feels bad about it and just stares at the zombie. Oh.
Okay, well, I relay the information and what happened, and then I'm like, yeah, I don't know what any of that's supposed to mean. I don't get any special feelings, but I don't know, maybe if you guys look at her face a little more, you'll feel something. Or
Kalji's
they're sisters.
maybe.
That's her aunt. And then I say, I don't have enough data points to solve this riddle yet. Here I am again.
She's not our mom, you know.
Yeah.
Maybe.
My mom would have left me here.
Kalji goes to Cece goes, what did anything bad happen between you and your mom? Did you guys get into a fight or something?
I mean, sometimes I get in trouble, but nothing bad. She loved me so much. I loved her.
And you guys really like this god and this god story. I wonder why her mom is so obsessed with this. I'm not talking to her, but like talking to the rest of the group with this specific god.
When your mom told the story, did she seem sad?
No. She's really excited to talk about the story.
What was your mom's name?
And Sosa. It's like a
give me a second.
a triplet.
Oh.
Cece looks up back at you and she goes, "My mama's name was Elena."
Elena. That's a pretty name.
It is.
And what about your dad? Did you not have a dad? Dad have a name too? Or was it just dad? How about any siblings?
I never met my dad.
Oh, interesting.
She never met her siblings.
Okay.
It was just me and my mom.
Mm.
Got it. Well, Elena sounds very nice. And have you ever seen her in here?
No.
Do you remember how old you were when you came in?
Older. I might have been your age. Maybe like you.
How old do you think I am?
40?
Oh,
I just stare deadpan ahead, and I'm like, "Oh, you're close."
Maybe younger.
um,
I
what?
I remember going to a school all the time, but I wasn't a student.
Were you mayhaps a professor?
I remember talking with a man a lot.
An old man, an old grumpy man. I think I know this man.
He's not old or grumpy, but he knew a lot.
Maybe we can find him in the next room. Didn't we leave him in this room last time we saw him?
Oh, whoops.
All right. Oh yeah. I just peek a little bit past the like wooden door. I'm like, hello, professor?
The door that you had entered in?
No, the brown one that we're trying I thought there was like a door that was like not moving anymore, and that was like a different door.
Oh, it's the same marble door on this side as it was when you entered. The door hadn't changed since you had returned.
Okay, so if I peek back in, it's still the other room, the pillar room.
As you peer outside, you have a vast hallway in front of you.
Say, you guys want to keep going? Shall we walk and talk these hypotheses?
That sounds like a good idea.
Okay. I push open the door and I say, on the count of 3, everyone step through the doorway at the same time so none of us get older than the other. I wouldn't want to be the first one with a wrinkle or the last one. And I say,
Do you get wrinkles or just, crusty scales?
oh.
guess we'll find out.
What a question.
I shed once a month. Okay. It's personal.
Oh no.
Yeah, and as you push through the door, it opens to reveal this long hallway before you, and it's no longer the gorge that had separated you all.
If this door is special, you think if we go back into that other room again, it's still the meadow? Now let's just keep walking through these doors that keep changing. I'm curious. I'm just curious. Okay, open again.
The door behind you, as you closed, you notice it did not shift and remained the doors to the shrine. As you open it again, it's the rainy meadow behind the shrine that you had just left.
Okay, so it's still rainy. So the weather is still the same. Okay. And I'm like, okay, well, I guess
there were pools all around the statue too, right?
Yeah, those the decor had not changed as well. There were small, shallow pools that kind of decorate and surround the Shrine of Epochra.
Okay.
Okay.
And okay, we go back. So I'm like, okay, turn again. 3, 2, 1, and we go back in the step at the same time, I guess. And we're in the hallway.
Yeah. The hallway is before you.
And I say, and as we're walking, I'm keeping an eye out, but like, so how are we gonna get out of here?
I mean, if I knew that, I wouldn't still be here, right?
Yeah. I mean, what is this? I'm tired. I'm gonna be like, well, to be honest, I'm getting kind of crazy. So crazy that I'm feeling kind of social with you guys, and that never happens. That never happens.
Never happens.
Nope.
Wow. Well,
There's definitely more room. There definitely has to be more rooms than the ones we went to. We just keep on going to the same rooms. Maybe if we go to the other rooms, will give us clues.
Yeah, guess that's our only choice. Is anything happening in this hallway? I'm getting ready for a fight because I remember the last long hallway with the slime.
It's remained dim, so you kind of been relying on Lyra. You've been relying on the dark vision of Kalji and Xssithiss to kind of like guide you, unless you had like casted a light spell or used the drift globe that you have.
yeah. I had used the drift globe initially, but after the short rest, it probably would be gone by now. So I'm following a bit behind, holding up the back. Me and my zombie.
As you near what appears to be the end of this hallway, you see that it leads you to the entryway of a spiraling stairwell. It goes directly up, well, spirals up and spirals down.
Oh, shit.
Well, up is out, right?
Oh, true. Yeah, we did come. Yeah, wait, we went up from the gorge. But then if we go up further, could it? Yeah, that's probably the exit, right? Because we came down some stairs. Science. Wow.
Yeah, and I
Oh, my
say,
favorite.
emphasis on the probably. All right, let's go. I start, as I look to the stairs, is there a big skull and crossbones on one of the stones? Any obvious traps or
Yeah, roll for me investigation.
perfect? I get a. Oh my god. Can we use some of our magic points?
You have 7 currently.
Okay, are you guys okay if I use 1? Okay, I'm gonna use 1.
They didn't. Just simply don't respond.
All right, with
Oh,
that
yeah, go.
one,
Sorry.
I roll a 5.
Okay. I'm gonna change the current. Okay.
A heavily modified 5.
Yeah. And you look around. The stones seem nondescript and not different from the hallway you were just passing through. These just seem carved to form a spiral staircase. The spiraling isn't so narrow is that like you're you're not constantly turning in on yourself. It's like wide enough so that there's like a bit of breadth to the circumference or like the diameter of this thing. But other than that, nothing distinguishable between the two paths leading either up or down.
Okay.
What if we? How long has it been since I summoned the vulture? I'm like, wonder if I send one down and one up, that maybe we can get some more information.
Have them report back.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, duration is up to 1 hour. So has it been less than an hour?
That your vulture's been out?
Yeah.
I'd say it's been like 15 minutes.
Okay. I send them down and I say like, and then I'm assuming we have some sort of connection, but like I'll just tell them up front, like, come back if you find anything, or in 15 minutes.
Okay.
Oh.
All right. Are they like speeding? Like up? Okay.
Yeah, but I mean, they're looking around with their vulture eyes.
Gotcha.
They're good at that.
Gotcha.
They're good at that.
All right. They give like a squawk of acknowledgement, and both go up and down the spiral staircases respectively. Go ahead and roll for me perception for both of them. Let's name who went up and who went down.
Sorry, their perception, or but
yeah.
they use mine, right?
Yeah.
My like.
Yeah. Who would you say went up?
Let's say Vol went up and then Gia went down. And then perception, the first one is 13.
For Vol.
Yeah. And then Gia 18.
Okay. All right. You hear them flap and fly off. The beats of their wings quickly becoming dampened as they fly away. You all wait for a bit.
And I say it's pretty useful to have wings. Remember that one time I had wings in that gorge?
Mhm.
Haven't been able to do it since, but
It was pretty cool.
it was pretty cool.
After about 7 minutes, Vol returns.
Okay.
And then just like beats its wings and kind of like rests beside you.
And I ask, like, does he seem distressed, like he saw something bad, or like saw something good, or like just indifferent?
You he just came back when he thought he was supposed to go back.
Like time-wise, or because he saw something?
That's a little, well, not because he saw something. He doesn't appear like that. He's not like in a panic. He just came back. After
in the well.
After about like 7 minutes, Gia returns.
I say, well, Gia seems to be more responsible in my head. And yeah, does she seem panicked or otherwise distressed?
Similar kind of like placid response.
Okay, I say beat your wings once if you saw nothing of note.
They both kind of like.
Okay. Beat your wings twice if you think we should go in the direction you flew.
After a moment, they kind of both just click.
Okay, I make them wait. So now it's been 30 minutes, right?
Mhm.
So I'm gonna say go now. I make them switch, and I'm like, you go down and you go up, and
Okay.
see which path you like better.
Okay. Roll for me their perception again.
Okay, so Gia's going up. I'm gonna roll hers first.
Bro, Cinderella out here. Shit's crazy.
11 and 10 less this time.
Okay. This time Gia returns early.
Oh.
Say, maybe my hypothesis earlier was wrong.
And then after 7 more minutes, Vol returns.
Okay, and I say, beat your wings once if you liked the way that you went this time more than the way that you liked last time.
They're kind of like shuffling their feathers and kind of like just stretching their neck. Just like.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know. I got nothing from any of
I'm at this point.
What I
I'm like,
learned is that
I'm
vultures
sitting on
are
the-
useless. I'm just kidding.
I'm like
just
sitting on
kidding.
the floor, kind of like sharpening my sword at this point. You know, it's been like how many minutes? Like 30 minutes
30?
now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm sitting on the floor, sharpening my sword, hanging out,
Zombies like still waiting in the hallway a little bit further back,
Yeah.
kind of just like.
kicking rocks a little
Yeah,
bit.
yeah.
It does seem like whatever's downstairs though takes less time, assuming that they're not just, going back when they feel like it. That they both took a shorter time when they went down. So there's
I will
No?
say that whoever went up always returned earlier.
Oh,
And
sorry.
That's the clarification I'll make.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
No, and so I'm like, there's probably either something interesting upstairs that's closer.
All right. Well, we've
Up.
been stepping so much. A shorter walk will be nice. Yeah, let's do it.
All right. Up we go.
All right. You can probably walk two abreast, kind of like, but it's a little cramped. You're kind of like bumping elbows at this point with each other on the wall. Otherwise, staggering would obviously be more comfortable. How do you approach
Wait,
this?
but the giant vulture fit through there?
Okay. It's a bit wider. Sorry. 2 breasts comfortably. There's a little bit of arm space. Thank you. What is the what's your guys' marching order?
I mean, I don't mind stepping first. That's fine.
Okay.
I'm gonna say Gia and Bull are like in the front, and then maybe Lyra, and then I'll be like close to the wall as I usually am.
Okay.
Where's Cece? Cece should be in the middle, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Kalji will just be behind.
Okay. You begin your ascent up the staircase. Xssithiss and you begin walking upstairs, maybe 12 minutes. Xssithiss and Kalji, I want you both to roll perception for me.
15.
11.
Okay. Yeah, you all continue going up, and you see in front of you Lyra kind of leading the way. Did you say you had a light spell or the drift globe out, or
The drift globe. Yeah.
Cece walking behind her, kind of like trying to keep close. The steps after a couple minutes, you can tell her steps are becoming a little bit more like labored. She's getting a little bit tired, but she doesn't complain. You can tell she's just like struggling a little bit more. The vultures are close by. Xssithiss and then Kalji, you're bringing up the rear. And yeah, you guys continue. At this point, 30 minutes. And
30 minutes.
Any change in the walls?
no.
And then these walls, do they feel moldable for me?
No, unfortunately not. They're of stone.
Okay.
Does it actually feel like we're going up?
You know, we should have laid something down at the bottom so if we are going in a circle, we would be able to tell.
Well, better late than never. I take some
Maybe we
let's
could just
see.
paint.
Yeah, or either that or, take my dagger and etch into the wall a little bit.
Okay.
Oh yeah, just drag it.
30 minutes in etch.
Can you draw an arrow in the direction that we're going? And like maybe we'll do this every 30 minutes, so maybe like 1.
Okay.
I'm sorry, there's an alarm going off. Let me just come
No,
make sure
yeah,
it's
yeah,
not
go for it, go for it.
downstairs.
Yeah.
Just a sec.
Okay, so the lighting in this room like is weird, and so this is like the sun going down, and I feel like I look very ghostly right now. It's giving
Yeah.
Curse of Strahd. What's his name?
Vasilka?
Yeah, Basilica.
I'm gonna throw it back.
All right. And so you all make it a point to etch arrows pointing up in the wall every half hour or so. What you estimate to be half an hour?
Well, yeah, I mean, we're still going up after a half hour.
Yeah. I mean, no, I'm just saying this is the agreement that you guys are establishing that
Okay.
like, so this is you've just done a half hour so far, etched an arrow upward. And then are you
With a
going
number.
to, with a number?
With a number.
Okay.
Like, so this one is 1.
Smart.
30 times
All right.
whatever number.
Okay. All right. At this point, half an hour in, Cece kind of like tugs at your clothes, Lyra, and goes, I'm a little tired.
All right, guys, maybe we should turn back.
I can pick her up. Do you want to ride on my back?
Are you okay carrying her up the stairs? At this point, my legs are kind of killing me.
What if we made so much progress and then going back down, we're gonna start from 0?
Did we make so much
True.
progress?
We
I
don't
mean,
know.
we've
It's
been
hard to
walking for
tell.
30 minutes.
Wait, why did Vol and Gia come back so soon then? That's strange. If there's, well, they're gone now, I guess. I can't ask.
Yeah, they had disappeared. Yeah.
Talk to them in bird.
Caw, caw, caw. It's just me
Mhm.
cawing, but they're both not there. Um,
Uh,
I say we. Well, Cece, would you be okay going on Kalji's back, or do you want to? Or are you really tired and you want to go back down?
No, I can. Well, if he's okay with it,
I'm gonna detect magic.
is that how does that ability work?
So I can sense presence of magic 30 feet around me in a sphere,
Okay.
like centered around me. And then I can use my action to see a faint aura around it to learn that school magic.
Okay.
And it can penetrate most barriers, but it's blocked by 1 foot of stone.
Okay. All right. You feel behind you, the path behind you, a faint aura of magic. It's giving.
What is it giving?
Serving.
It's giving enchantment and transmutation.
What if we never left?
Yeah, guys, I don't think we're going anywhere. Not as like a general doom and gloom, but in the sense of I think we should turn around.
Just
I can feel at the bottom of the stairs some magic tomfoolery.
but where else would we go? Down?
I mean, we're certainly not going up.
True.
You say, okay, tell me if you detect something when I do this. I step 2 steps up. Does the aura extend towards my where I'm walking?
It's more so generally below, not
Not like a line.
not like a line. Yeah.
Okay. Never mind.
Well, that Lyra's sensing, and then you convey this.
Yeah.
I don't have to be so pedantic about
No
it.
worries.
Sorry.
No, no, you're
Yeah.
good. You're good. Yeah, we've climbed 30 feet. I don't feel any change. We've definitely climbed more than the range of this ability, so I think the stairs are following us. I say we turn back.
Stairs are following us. That's crazy.
Uh,
It's giving
Or we're
stalker.
crazy.
It's giving stalker. That's what these stairs are giving.
before we go down, Kalji might just like see if he can get like an animal that like some people can ride if they're getting tired. So he's gonna try to pull an animal out of the bag of tricks.
Mhm.
Just to see if it'll be easier for the little girl.
Roll me.
Oh, I got a giant goat! Oh,
He's back.
Is
It's
this
not the
Mr.?
same.
It's not the same. Okay. It's a different goat.
I'm assuming it's a different goat each time.
Mr.
You know,
O.
I'll,
I don't know.
I'll let that
goat.
be your call.
Oh, I can get the same one.
I'll let that be your call.
Okay, yeah. It's Mr. G in all his glistening white glory as a goat,
Mm-hmm.
and then you just hear him yell really loud.
And it echoes like above and below.
Does he fit perfectly in the doorway?
It's kind of it's a little bit more crowded. Yeah, for sure.
I hear that goats are really good at like climbing mountains and stuff. So he'd probably be so fast if he had to climb these stairs.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Yeah. I'll prop the little girl up, and then let's just start going down so that she doesn't have to walk anymore.
Okay.
Mm.
You go down maybe for 5 minutes, and you return to the landing.
Oh, 5 minutes only. Oh,
That's tragic. Hey,
That's
better we figured it out
tragic.
now than later. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Well, I'm gonna
Wait, does that mean that
sit and drink
time's
some water
moving?
for a little bit. You guys can do your thing.
That means that time's moving faster here. Because if we thought that time's moving, would we be moving backwards or forwards? Because we think more time has passed than maybe actually has. So Yeah, I don't know. I can't do the mental math there right now. But maybe that's how this place has been working all along, is that our percept well, I guess. I don't know. I needed a break too. I sit down. That made my brain hurt.
The
Okay.
mental math.
Just checking in with the players. Would 9:30 be okay, or is that cutting it too late?
9:30 works.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Mhm.
Okay. So yeah, you're back. Sorry, you're back
No.
at the landing. Yeah, what were we gonna say?
After I sort of stop and breathe for a bit and get my water. Do we want to go down?
The thing that you detected, was it here or was it below even deeper?
Oh yeah, let me see how long it lasts. Because we said we just walked down for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Detect magic lasts for 10 minutes. Fantastic. So do I still feel the magic coming from below, like the downstairs portion, or is it emanating from like the stairs, like where we would step up?
You feel it above and below you now.
Wait a minute. That's why Vol and Gia came back so soon. Because they thought it was like they came back after 7 minutes. But to
One
them
did,
it probably
yeah.
felt like 15
I think there has,
when they
but
went down.
Kalji just looks back like, but there's no other way. Like this is the only way. So I wonder if we're missing something on the walls or something. Maybe we need to push something.
Okay.
We can go
Well,
down
I'll
and
press
see.
yeah, as we go down, let's press some stuff. And how can we keep track of time in the same way? I wish we had. Is there sand around here?
Yeah, you can find. Yeah, I feel like generally there's just a loose collection of sand about, not like enough to like mold the earth and like create stuff, but enough to capture like palm pools.
Okay, can we build an hourglass? What do we have right now? I think I have some cups. I poke a hole in the cup.
Yeah, poke a hole in the cup. Oh,
And
what are
then
we gonna
another
measure it
hole in the
against?
cup. Well, I'm just curious how much time has actually passed because everything is relative right now. So the only thing that can be absolute is like what sand is actually falling.
What if the sand just falls slower?
Well, then that's a gravity thing, and that's too magic.
So that's another school magic.
Yeah, I don't believe in that.
I don't believe in
Yeah,
that.
that is the goofiest shit.
Whoa.
The character doesn't believe in magic.
A druid doesn't believe in magic. Nah, that's not it. This is all nature based.
Yeah.
Science.
There, even nature has rules, okay? Time has to have some form. If not this, then something else. But I'm assuming it's this because nothing else makes sense.
Your
And then
But how
character
do you-
like just watched Bill Nye. Like all they know is magic, but then they watched Bill Nye and they're calling everything science now.
Is G and Bull science? Or is that magic? Just poof animals? Never mind.
that comes from me innately and a gift
Oh,
that I have. Okay.
sorry. A gift.
That in a way that is science because gifts are scientific. I don't know. That
Okay.
I have yet to explore. I have yet to explore the facets of myself that I don't want to know. Okay. So does anyone have any hourglass supplies? Or just happen to have an hourglass?
I don't have the supplies to build an hourglass. No.
Okay, DM, what do we have around us here? Is there a stick? I'm gonna use the 2 cups that I'm gonna use a cup that I have.
I could say you could have found a stick during your exploration. You have like maybe a broken arrow that you might have taken.
Okay, I have like a bowl and I have a cup. I'm gonna poke a hole in the bottom of the cup. I'm gonna use the sticks to make the cup stand. And then I'm gonna put the sand on top. And then I'm gonna put the bowl on the bottom. And by the time we come back, we'll see how much sand has fallen in the bowl. And I just toss a ton of sand in it.
Mhm.
And we'll see. I don't know. I don't think my cup's that big, but at least we'll know if this much time has passed.
Okay,
And
yeah, you can fill up the top cup for sure.
yeah, I'm gonna say it's like a regular size cup, like a taller cup, like the one they give you at the cheap restaurants.
Uh-huh.
Okay,
Oh!
because they don't want to refill it. You know
Uh-huh.
what I'm talking about. That
Yeah.
size.
All right.
Shimmy the tall glass restaurants.
Okay. And yeah, let's go.
Okay. You all begin to descend down these stairs. They look just the same as the ones you had been climbing. You're making a counterclockwise motion downward. Kalji, you were likely bringing up the rear, right?
Yeah.
As soon as you had stepped off the landing, the stairs give way, and you all begin to slide.
Oh.
No, I just made my hourglass, my cup.
And
Okay.
you
I'm
all,
gonna.
yeah.
Oh, sorry.
No, go for it.
I mean, how are we falling? You know what I mean?
It's kind of clumsily.
Clumsily.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like free fall or just like land
No,
on your...
it's like the stairs gave way to like and became a slide, and then you guys
Oh,
are sliding in a circle downward.
I try to create friction with the small pieces of sand.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm
Not
trying to wedge
working.
myself in between the walls.
Okay.
I don't know how big they are.
Go. Everyone, roll for me a Dex save. See if you can just at least like brace.
13.
Oh, what is it?
A Dex save.
11.
So we have 7 of those fancy little points, right? Then I use one.
We have 6. We
All
have
right.
6 now.
What if we had 5? Thoughts?
Yeah, you can do
Huh?
it.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah,
All right,
do it.
I got a 4.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay. What did everyone else roll?
13.
Okay.
11.
All right. I'm gonna roll for Cece.
How many times are we dying?
Wait, she's on Mr. G. So
Okay, roll for Mr. G.
what does that mean? Okay.
Roll for Mr. G. And then I'm rolling to see if Cece stays on Mr. G.
Oh, it's just 0. 12.
Oh, okay. He loses his footing, but he's staying upright. So he's kind of like
Great.
become a loaf, brought his legs in, and then he's just like
Ew.
sliding.
Oh, I love him.
Wait, he's heavier, so he's faster. Is he and he was behind us, right? So is he taking us out right now?
We'll say that there was like a stagger.
Okay.
You're tumbling anyways,
Okay.
bumping into one another. I will say that the 3 of you take 3 bludgeoning before arriving at the bottom, not a couple moments later.
Ow.
Oh. Oh.
I turn around and I look behind me. Is it impossible to climb back up?
At this moment, yeah.
Well, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, I'm sort of scratching, maybe a bump or 2 on my head.
Yeah,
Uh,
I felt someone's paw in my mouth.
that wasn't me.
Pa.
Yeah, I don't know. Ouch.
Yeah.
And
And
then,
yeah.
do we see anything?
Roll for me perception.
Oh, it's a 5.
Even with the 5, I will say that the air seems fresher down here, inexplicably. Like the desert, these tombs have kind of had like this dusty, like muskiness to it. Especially in the library, it was really strong. The vast cavernous space of the mural in which you had encountered Cece, and the one time you encountered Captain Durand, that was less so as well. And the shrine is more open as well, so it's not as much. But in most of the hallways, there's kind of like this weight to the air. Here it's a little bit cleaner.
Oh.
Hmm.
Maybe like a faint breeze.
Okay. I go like this. And I feel the air. And I follow the breeze.
Okay.
Stealthily.
All right. You continue for a little bit. The stone wall becomes slightly more jagged. You notice
Uh-oh.
the very first time, kind of like a broken stone or a stone jutting out.
I say, hey, maybe I'm tired now. Maybe we do take a break.
Yeah, you're feeling sleepy after that tumble. I'm looking
I'm getting
around,
scared. I don't want
and
to die again.
uh, it's just spiky rock. So it looks as if
It's
like
not. I'm
maybe it's
sorry.
been
It's not.
sitting.
It's not spiky.
Yeah, sorry,
It's
sorry.
like the
It's like they're more
sandstone.
decrepit.
Yeah.
Got
It's
it. So it
reminiscent of a spiky familiar.
almost feels like a more ancient section of the tomb, or it feels like it's older in a bit, or more just
Yeah.
decrepit.
Older or maybe unfinished.
Unfinished.
We're in the behind the scenes, guys. This is how we get out.
Can we hear anything coming from that way, or is it just like a strong breeze?
At this moment, it's never been a strong breeze. Just
Oh.
a faint breeze, cleaner, like
Okay.
kind of like fresher, like slightly fresher air.
Okay.
And the very first like odd stone that wasn't like set.
Wasn't set.
Oh, can we press that stone?
It's pretty heavy, but you can roll a strength for me. And if anyone wants to assist,
Yeah, I can help.
roll
I see what Xssithiss is doing. That I try to do an assist.
So what if we had 4?
No.
I mean 4, like,
Okay.
4 of our extra points instead of 5. I'm gonna use 1.
Okay, we're on 4.
2.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, it's not budging. Well, you got a little bit of an assist with Kalji. Kalji, what'd you roll?
For strength, right?
Yeah.
Modified 20.
Okay. With the both of you pushing on it, it seems pretty immovable.
What about pulling it?
Oh.
Okay. You both attempt to pull it, and I'm just gonna group those rolls. It doesn't give. You do pull like some of the stone. It like just like kind of like gives under the
No.
under the like the pulling of your grasp. Like some of it kind of like chalks up and like falls, but the stone itself seems like movable.
Hey, but you gotta check that you're not pushing the pole door. Yeah.
Very fair. Very fair.
Yeah, I dust myself off and I say, well, I don't really know if I want to sleep down here. So it's just like a hallway, right?
Yeah.
I mean, long hallway. Can't see down the end of it. It's just dark. I don't think I'm gonna be able to rest here.
Fair enough.
I mean, if you guys really want to, we can set up here. Maybe like a guard rotation and stuff like that, but
Up to you guys. I'm just a little nervous about the fact that it wanted to get us here fast. I also thought it was weird how we were moving slow up there and now we're moving so much faster down here.
I'm gonna be honest, I was expecting just a floor of spikes, so this is a pleasant surprise.
But Cece did
Fine.
say that the warden doesn't hurt her, so
Oh, but if we run into the warden, he'd just leave her alone and kill us.
yeah, but what if like this place is like treating her well?
Oh, I see what you mean. Maybe that makes sense. Okay.
Maybe this place thinks we're trying to steal her.
Steal her or help her?
Like take her away. Maybe the place wants her here, but it knows that we're trying to take her away, and that's why it won't let us out.
Oh. Okay. Well, in my head, I'm specifying this ahead of time. I'm like, what if I just leave her here? And I think, what if I don't want to take her? I'm just thinking it. Does anything happen?
No. Do you
I'm not telling anyone this thought.
Yeah.
I'm just
Are you
doing this and touching the wall.
Are you capable of guilt at all?
Are you
Oh
capable
yeah, I
of
mean,
killing?
I'll worry about it. This is for science. It's not like because I actually don't like her. It's just, I'm curious if this is the way out.
What if the wall knows that, and so it will make it not count because you don't really mean it?
Well, that's on the wall. Then-
Yeah, you don't infer anything by reaching towards the wall.
Okay. I don't feel guilty because if that was our way out, then we could have figured it. We could have finessed it. You know what I mean? Like suddenly I don't. Oh, but I do. Oh, no, but I don't. You know what I mean?
You
Done
gotta
with
try the
this.
finesse, dude.
Yeah. So okay. And well, I guess we could keep going. Yeah. How does
Yeah.
Cece?
Oh yeah, that's right. Let's ask the
Yeah,
little
we got-
girl.
She's she's been settled on Mr. G the entire time, so she looks down at you and she goes, "What did you say?"
Are you okay? Can you keep going?
Yeah, the goat's nice.
Okay.
Yeah, he's a good boy.
Yeah,
Maybe I'll show you some tricks in a different area.
maybe.
Is the goat like Appa in Avatar: The Last Airbender, where if we all lay down on it, we could all sleep and he could just take us down?
I don't know how big
Do
he
that
Yeah,
big.
how tiny is the
I would
giant goat?
say it could ride two more comfortably.
So one person would be guard. Hmm.
I mean, I could walk.
Someone would be the bozo walking.
Yeah, it's fine. It's normal.
No, we don't need to rest. It's okay. We gotta take a short rest. Let's just go. But we're walking down.
Yeah, I go like if anybody else wants to go up, he's a good
I look,
boy.
I look sideways, but I don't do anything. And I keep walking.
You continue walking through this hallway, and you see a greenery kind of like on the side of the hall. As you continue down, you notice that the sandstone becomes overtaken by this gradual gradient of a sign of life in this tomb. The floor kind of like gives way, and the cracks between the sandstone slowly reveal grass and moss. As you continue, the air grows a little bit more clear with several steps.
Does it smell different?
Yeah, fresh. It smells fresh, and you smell similar to the meadow, but a bit stronger. Just the smell of like a forest. The pathway is no longer just straight and stone, but now kind of like gives and meanders. And the stone is now replaced with rock and the greenery and the vines that kind of like cover these walls. Eventually, it opens up into this clearing. You hear a small stream. Your eyes widen as you observe this clearing. This mossy green carpet stretching out before you, softening your footsteps with each tread. In the center of this clearing is a stone area, and on the sides of it, fallen pillars, now overtaken with moss and greenery and leaves and vines.
Do the pillars look like the one that we usually see in the meadow?
No. These are more withered. These are kind of like stone, while those were kind of like tall and intact and columnal. These are kind of like I don't know if pillars is appropriate, but it's like stone kind of like walls that have given and are now like kind of like vary between like knee high to like waist high. But that's not the most remarkable thing about this room. At the far end of this wall, which is maybe 60 to 80 feet away from you, this large looming tree, alive and reaching up, creating a ceiling before you. And in the center of this room, the figure of an old man, kind of just gazing up at it.
Ain't no way. It's me,
I
the janitor.
it's been me the whole time.
At the sound of your footsteps, the old man turns around, and you see Dr. Emmerich Ashwood.
Professor.
Whether or not this is the same one you've encountered remains to be seen. But on his shoulder, kind of like wrapped around and hanging there, is a faded blue snake.
A snake. I go.
Looking very familiar to yours, Xssithiss.
What?
And with that, I will end this session.
Oh! Oh! No!
Why does he have my snake? It's Zephyr.
He
Was
fucked
it
you up.
Zephyr?
That's
Yo,
crazy.
Am I dead? Did he take my snake?
I mean, we've all been dead lots of times, right?
What if he? No. If he starts talking through that snake, I'm gonna be so mad. I thought we had.
You just taught him, you know?
No.
Oh!
It's supposed to be a special relationship. That's messed up.
Hey, we don't know what happened, you know? And
Maybe
we
it's
I
won't
was
not
until-
dead. I
Until
was
next
dead.
time.
He moved on. He moved on.
He
Man.
moved on.
He
Oh,
said faded. He's gonna be like a limp noodle just hanging around his
Yeah,
neck.
yeah,
bro.
just old.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. You're right. I didn't need. It's fine.
Wait, has your
I'm
snake been blue
happy.
this whole time?
I forgot, honestly. You're in green.
Or
But my description he might be blue. I thought he was green.
Okay.
Did I make him
In this light, it appears a faded blue.
Okay.
The features, though, kind of like distinctly make it
Yeah.
resemble Zephyr. So.
his
Oh.
little mustache and top hat, right?
Right.
Yeah.
That that trademark Zephyr look.
His iconic, yeah.
His iconic look.
There's already fan art out there.
You just
of
gotta
Zephyr in
suddenly retcon, like making crazier and crazier outfits, you know?
I did draw him. Let me see what color I made him.
Oh, sick.
Oh!
No, it's not a good drawing. But
Was there color?
huh?
Yeah. Was there color?
Yeah, there was color. Remember I showed it to you. Oh yeah, here. It looks like this. He's green and gold and red.
Oh.
Nice.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Gotcha.
Anyways, yeah, and he's not limp, okay? He's very thick. He's a cobra, okay?
Oh, okay.
He's lost some weight since he last saw me, if that is him. To be known, he was sad
All
or
right.
on a diet. One or
Perfect.
the other.